Hi, internet people. Oh, sorry. I really wanted to do that in this video because of God. Okay, the actor who played God for the Angels. And yeah, okay, so I'm really sorry. That's a weird way to open a video, but literally he did it and I was like, I've never actually done that as a warm-up ever. Not the thing, no. Anyway, so in this episode of Preacher, we are still in New Orleans and we believe the tulip is in danger. Okay, but whole thing, I don't even, like, so much happens, but I can condense it pretty quickly, which is odd. I don't know how that happened, but we have the hell plot with Eugene that I'm going to cover at the end, but I'm going to cover all of the Tulip, Jesse, Cassidy stuff. So Jesse gets to Dennis's place. Dennis is still speaking French. Don't know what's wrong with Dennis. Did he hit his head? Is he unaware of the English language? Did Cassidy forget that Dennis only speaks French? I mean, it's New Orleans. It's possible he only speaks French. I don't know. But Jesse gets there and he's like asking like where Tulip is she still asleep? And Cassidy's like, no, like she went out last night. I was half tempted to attempt Cassidy's accent, but it's terrible. Like, I'm not gonna do it. But he's like, no, she went out. Like, I thought she was with you. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And he can't tell him because he promised Tulip that he wouldn't tell Jesse. So he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a nap. And Cassie's like, okay. And like freak out texts Tulip to see if she's okay. And Tulip like can't really text him back because she's at Victor's. We learned that there is a torture room, which I am pretty sure is called the game room, even if it's not, because, okay, why else would you put a foosball table in your torture room unless you want to call it the game room? I'm not even kidding. Like, if I do not have a torture room, I'm not planning on getting a torture room, but if I were designing the set of a torture room and put a foosball table in it, I'd be like, we're gonna call it the game room, because that's fun. So something is going on in there. Victor was in that room. Victor comes out, and he talks to Tulip, but like, he says crying isn't gonna fix it because she cries, but then we like can't figure out exactly what's going on because no one will talk to her. Like, they're all giving her the silent treatment. And she knows everyone. She knows the whole freaking house. No one will talk to her. Not a single dude. Then she goes to talk to Victor's kid, I assume Victor's kid, and she's like trying to get her to talk, complimenting her bracelets, saying that she's grown. And then girl spits on Tulip and I was not okay. Like, I immediately was like, you do not spit on Tulip. I don't care who you are. I don't care who your dad is. I will, no, not okay. But we like don't exactly know what's going on. No one's talking to her. She goes to confront Victor and tells him that he has to let her leave. While she's doing that, Cassidy and Jesse are on the trail of God. But not real God now. They're looking for the actor who played God for the Angels. So, they're watching this commercial about New Orleans and the like how to help New Orleans, and it's like all these actors pretending to be poor people, and Frankie Muniz is in it, and he pees in a random location, and there's a homeless man who's actually the actor who played God, and they're like, wait, that's him! And so they like track him down to his agent's office, and they like show up, and I love that the receptionist was just, hello, do you have an appointment? Like, it's this stereotypical, like, I am a receptionist voice and everything. It's always one, it's probably a million different actresses, but they're always like, can I help you? Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Like, it's just this random voice, and it's always through, like, a scratchy intercom, and they want to find, Henklin? I don't know. It starts with an H. It was even visible in the episode, but I wasn't live tweeting, so I sometimes forget names when I'm not live tweeting because I don't think about them. But they go in, meet with Gund, the owner of the like head guy, the talent agent, and they keep asking for him. He's like, well, do you want like someone this? And he's like rattling off all these characteristics, and he's like, I hired a Cuban guy, and they're like, no, we just want that guy. He's like, if you want someone, you have to go through me, like da da da. And then he's like, what's it for? Is it da da da? And he's like rattling off stuff, and Cassidy literally goes, Game of Thrones. And he's like, what? And he's like, yes. And then they like go through this whole thing. I feel like Cassidy has done this before because he was like, recurring role, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. I'm sure it was a side, like, they've all seen before, and he like rattled a bunch of stuff off. They haggled over business versus first class, and then the first thing I thought of was, do you believe that a priest works for Game of Thrones? Or a preacher? He's not a priest. I was just like, do you think it's a get-up? Maybe you just assume it's a get-up. I don't know. they get a hold of his audition tape because they're like, we have to see him, like, where is he? And the guy's like, I don't know where he is. He had this, like, big part playing someone really important, like an emperor or a conqueror. And Jesse's like, God? And he's like, yeah, that's it. So they're, like, watching the tape, and he's doing all this stuff, and we see him, like, repeating lines from season 1, so it's, like, practice stuff. And they're like, no, you were great. Then someone freaking shoots him because you can't take a person to heaven, you gotta kill them to take them to heaven. So literally, dude died to play God, which is really sad. Like, that's terrible. No one told him. I mean, you can't really be like, by the way, you're going to die in order to perform this role. Although maybe they could have done it like 2 seconds before he died. Like, maybe like this is gonna be a recurring role. It'll be your best role. Role of a lifetime. Role forever. The thing you do for the rest of your not life. Pa-pow! I'm doing a lot of finger guns, but it was goofy. And like, Cassidy is like, maybe we should check on Tulip. Maybe we should check on Tulip, like hinting, and Jesse's not getting it. And finally he's like, oh my, we need to go check on Tulip because she's doing this thing and can't tell you about it. And then he tells him, then Jesse uses God voice all over the freaking place to get his way in. Gets into a giant fight with Game Room Guy. It's great. I love the use of God voice because it's the funniest one is all the guys playing poker. He looks at them and he goes, sit down, don't move, where is she? And they're like, because they don't actually know. He has the crazy fight where he literally impales the dude with the foosball thing, goes up, finds Tulip with Victor, starts beating the crap out of Victor, and Tulip's like, stop, Jesse, stop it, and she's like, pissed. And then she's like, that's my husband, and he's like, what? Next week, he does not take this whole husband thing very well, like, according to the previews. So there's that. In hell, nothing is working. Like, all the systems are being weird. Everyone winds up out of their cells. Besides Hitler, because we saw Hitler come out of his cell last time. We see a ton of people come out, including a frat boy named Tyler, who has like 80 popped collars. Dude has so many popped collars. It is hell. Why are you popping your collars? Just calm down, frat bro. But they're like all talking. I really wanted one of those women to be Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde. Like, I just did. There's so many random people. Like, they said one was a gypsy, and I was like, okay. And there's just so many random people. One I think is literally a caveman. And then there's a woman in like horn-rimmed 1950s glasses and pearls. And even though she's not, there's a comic called Lady Killer that I have yet to read, but looks really cool. I kept thinking she was her. Like, I was like, oh, that'd be cool. But I don't know. I don't know who all those people are. I kind of wish they would like tell us. Like, there would be some kind of like info box that would pop up and be like, these are all the names of the people we put in Eugene's hell. But like, all of them get let out. Tyler, frat bro, makes fun of Eugene. Hitler like backs Eugene up, which is so weird. And then they're all supposed to get back in their cells because like a siren goes off, but Eugene isn't fast enough and his closes, and then Hitler's like, you can come into mine or they'll throw you in the hole. So Eugene goes into Hitler's, and like his hell starts, and literally like everything is pretty. Hitler has a normal sized mustache. He's gonna have pastries with a lady. And this lady wants to show his art to this guy who owns a gallery, and literally I was like, oh my, his worst memory is his art being rejected, because of course it is. Actually, it totally makes sense. Going back into my time before this, I previously TA'd a history of Germany class, which obviously it went up to World War II and Hitler, and a lot of the class actually focused on that because the instructor was a Holocaust historian. So we talked about Germany and Hitler a lot, and dude was really like vain, super vain about his art. That's not exactly the right word, but sensitive is a better word. Like, he made people like make a museum to it when he got into power. You know, his art's not great. It's not. You can find it sometimes. It's fine. Like, it's general artness. It's not like wow, awe-inspiring art. He got rejected. Like, he went to art school, didn't work out for him. There was a lot of stuff that didn't work out for him. But I'm pretty sure they decided his worst memory is that he literally gets rejected as an artist. And then that probably kicks off all of everything forever. He just, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of weird Hitler stuff. But yeah, so Eugene sees that and he's like, that's really your worst memory. And like, he doesn't see the end of it, so he doesn't really know how it ends, but I mean, I would also be like, really? That's it? That's the one? Not like sadness about killing people or anything? No, okay. So that's going on, and like Hitler keeps standing up for Eugene, which is weird as frick. Eugene winds up having to go to the like lieutenant's office. The woman we saw before, who I swear I know from a show, and I cannot remember where she's from. But she's like, her voice keeps going in and out, like, from like regular to like demon sounding. So I'm wondering if they're actually demons or if they're angels who have fallen. I don't know. But she tells him like he'll get thrown in the hole, and that he can't act like a loyal, nice kid. That this is hell. So they're all in like a holding cell because none of their cells are working, so they're all in this like big hangout area. And Tyler keeps making fun of Eugene, and Hitler stands up for him, and then everyone starts beating the crap out of Hitler, and then Eugene is like, wait, no, stop. And then literally he starts kicking the crap out of Hitler, which admittedly, if given the option, you should probably kick the the crap out of Hitler. I was not gonna say crap. I try and edit these for the youths a little. Not really. I feel awkward cursing on the internet. I do. I could. I feel like no one would judge me. But that was Eugene's plot, so like that's what we've seen. I love that Cassidy is still like conspiracy theorying. Like he was talking about lizard people when Jesse was trying to explain to him about the white dressed people with white bands, and he was like, the lizard people. And I was like, what? But I don't know, this season it's crazy. They also keep using bodies as like weapons, like dead bodies, and I keep thinking like, use every part of the pig or the deer, which is so weird. I don't even eat meat. I occasionally eat seafood, which means I'm really a pescatarian and not a vegetarian, but whatever. But like every time I'm always like, use every part of the animal, which I'm blaming on a recent rewatch of Hannibal, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. This season is crazy. Oh, and we saw that the Saint of Killers is on his way to, I keep doing this. I blame the fact there are lots of guns in this show, and it just feels like a really cool way to emphasize things, but the Saint of Killers is making his way to New Orleans. It must have been a really long walk. I just wondered. He's on like a walking bike path. I didn't even know highways like had that. We don't in Ohio. Maybe in larger cities your highways have bike and walking paths. Cause he was just walking and I was like, how is he not getting hit by a car? And then I was like, oh, it's a walking path. That's clever. So there you go. Random facts about where I live in Ohio. You cannot walk near a highway. You will get hit by a car or ticketed. It's illegal. There are signs. So there's that. I don't know, Preacher is really crazy this season, and I also love that they changed the intro to fit with this season. This also really makes me want to see New Orleans even more. I've never been. I want to go one day, eventually. Not near Mardi Gras, because I think I would have a panic attack. That's a lot of people. I also feel like Halloween would be really freaking busy, just because there's lots of cemeteries, they do ghost tours. I feel like I'd have to pick like an off season, like February or something. September? I don't know off-season travel. I don't travel that much. Though I am traveling this weekend. I'm still doing finger guns. You are either going to get a Preacher recap late next week, possibly still on a Wednesday. Possibly. Because this one got messed up with some DVR issues and a storm. There was a tornado warning. There was a lot of stuff happening. But you might get one of these next week. If you do not get a Preacher recap next week, you'll get a double recap the week after. Just because I'm probably gonna babble a lot. I feel like I've babbled a lot already. I'm sorry, I haven't had a lot of sleep. I haven't had that much caffeine. I had some blueberry pancakes earlier. I'm kind of a little out of it. Anyway, so that is this video full of ramble. Let me know what you thought of the Preacher episode in the comments below or on Twitter. I am at Kleffnotes. Can you tell that I'm getting additionally excited / tired? Besides Twitter, you can find me on my blog, kleffnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and are in their Snapchat. And I'm supposed to try a new outro that I promised I would do. So instead of saying bye, internet people, I am supposed to go, bye. I added the bye. Let me know what you thought of that outro in the comments below. I might keep it. I don't know. Anyway, bye.